Hey Harlow. Hey Alton. Hey Owen. Hey Ollie and Reese. Well, Pop has been gone for over a week now because we had Laura and Harlow here, and then Ollie and Reese were here, and I did some reading to them while they were here. But I have neglected poor Alton and Owen haven't seen me in a long time. So I want to do a few in the next couple of. I probably do a couple tonight, and then try to do two a day for the next little bit. So, and then Alton and Owen, I'll see you soon, and then Harlow, I'll see you soon. Tonight, I'm going to do a book that reminds me, speaking of Alton and Owen, this reminds me of Alton and Owen. A few weeks ago, I told you that some friends from my work gave me some books, and we used to have one. I used to read it to Alton and Owen, to your mommy, and then Ollie and Reese, I used to read it to your daddy, but it's called Where the Wild Things Are. And it kind of reminds me of Alton and Owen because they love to play outside and get their feet dirty. And then I also, actually, and Reese too, at Christmas last year when he was jumping in the mud. But then especially Alton and Owen, it was so cold and there was mud puddles everywhere, but you guys didn't care. You just loved playing in the mud. So we're going to read Where the Wild Things Are. It says story and pictures by Marcus Sindak. That means that guy wrote the words and he did all the artwork. I keep saying this to y'all, but this was one of Maisie's favorite books too, but she loved it. Where the Wild Things Are. Oh my gracious. Those guys look scary. The night Max wore his wolf suit and made mischief one of a kind. There he is. Looks like he's up to something, like he's doing a play or something. And another. Oh my goodness, he's chasing after that poor dog. His mother called him Wild Thing, and Max said, "I'll eat you up." So he was sent to bed without eating anything. That's what you get for talking bad to your mama, I guess. That very night, Max's room in the forest grew. Oh, in Max's room, a forest grew inside of his room. Oh my goodness. And it grew. And it grew until a ceiling hung with vines and the walls became the world all around. An ocean tumbled by with a private boat for Max, and he sailed off through the night and day. In and out of weeks and almost over a year to where the wild things are. Oh my. Hey, his boat says Max on it. Oh my goodness, it's a sea dragon. And when he came to the place where the wild things are, they roared their terrible roars, and they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. Till Max said, "Be still," and he tamed them with a magic trick of staring into their yellow eyes without blinking once. And they were frightened, and they called him the most wild thing of all. My goodness, they do look frightened. And made him king of all the wild things. And now, cried Max, let the wild rumpus start. Boy, I don't know what a rumpus is, but they're doing it. They're dancing around. Holy cow. They do have really, really long claws. That's kind of scary. But look, Max has long claws in his outfit too. Looks like they're dancing and dancing to the moon. And now they're swinging on trees like monkeys. Ollie and Reese, your daddy used to climb trees super, super high and hang like that. It used to scare your Maisie to death. That's a really pretty picture. And now look, he's riding one of them. I guess he is the king of them. This one has a bird head on it. This one has like a bull's head. I don't know what those things are. I had a girlfriend in high school who looked a little bit like that one. It was a dark time. I don't want to talk about it. Now stop, Max said, and he sent the wild things off to bed without their supper. And Max, the king of all the wild things, was lonely, and he wanted to be where somebody loved him best of all. Then, all around from far away across the world, he smelled good things to eat. So he gave up being the king of where the wild things are. But the wild things cried, "Oh, please don't go. We'll eat you up. We love you so." And Max said, "No." The wild things roared their terrible roars, and they gnashed their terrible teeth, and they rolled their terrible eyes, and they showed their terrible claws. But Max stepped into his private boat, and he waved goodbye. And he sailed back over a year, and in and out of weeks, and through a day. And into the night, in his very own room, where he found his supper waiting for him. Right there. I guess his mommy loved him. Gave him some food, didn't want him to starve. Sitting right there, and the next page says, "And it was still hot." Max has a really, really good imagination, doesn't he? Well, that reminds me of you all. You guys are my little wild things. When you're around, you love to run around, you love to play. And Miss Harlow, even though she doesn't run around and play just yet, she loves to be outside. So, good night, my little wild things.